From JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teisha Bader.
I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Monday, August the 15th, 2022. We open with a terror attack Saturday night in Jerusalem's Old City that left 8 people, including American citizens, injured, 2 of them in very serious condition, including a pregnant woman. The terrorist opened fire at a bus and several vehicles outside a parking lot near the Zion Gate. Israeli Prime Minister Yair Lapid told his weekly cabinet meeting yesterday that the security forces were at the scene within minutes and were engaged in pursuit all night, and that the terrorist turned himself in to the Israel police Sunday morning and is currently being questioned. Lapid said there is one conclusion from this incident. As from previous incidents, whoever harms Israeli citizens has nowhere to hide. We will pursue them, find them wherever they are, and deal with them to the fullest extent of the law. Spokesperson for the U.S. State Department, Ned Price, said the U.S. strongly condemns the terrorist attack that wounded at least 8 victims, including at least 5 U.S. citizens. We wish all the victims a speedy recovery. We remain in close contact with our Israeli partners and stand firmly with them in the face of this attack. The IDF shared today that it found a terror tunnel dug by terror group Hamas from Gaza going towards Israel. Tweeting, "We identified the tunnel, neutralized it, and protected Israelis from this threat." Well, after reports of anti-Semitic posts on social media from a local stringer, a freelance reporter in Gaza, Fadi Hanona, who worked with the New York Times, the paper has now cut ties with him. The posts were exposed by Honest Reporting, an organization aimed at helping to ensure truth in the media, especially as it relates to Israel. On Thursday, it wrote an article highlighting Hanona's blatant anti-Jewish racism, including comments to kill Jews and siding with Hitler, went viral on social media. Responding to the backlash, a spokesperson for the Times was cited by the Allgemeiner as stating that the New York Times had worked with this freelance reporter only in recent weeks. We are no longer doing so. Executive Director of Honest Reporting, Gil Hoffman, hailed the Times' action as a big victory. By the way, on tonight's In the News, I speak with Gil Hoffman about how the media covered the recent conflict between Israel and the Palestinian Islamic Jihad terror group. Iconic Israeli singer, songwriter, composer Tsvika Pik has died. Pik rose to stardom in the 1970s in Israel when he was voted Israeli Male Singer of the Year. His hit songs include Mary Lou and Mala Mala. Prime Minister Lapid called Pik a revolutionary artist of his generation, one of the pillars of Israeli pop. Lapid said Tsvika Pik passed away today, but the songs and melodies he left behind will continue to be played for many years to come. Mala, mala, mala. Israel's national team won gold in the men's group marathon at the European Athletics Championships taking place in Munich, Germany. Team medals are given to the country whose fastest 3 runners have the best combined time. Team Israel's was 6 hours, 31 minutes, and 48 seconds. Israeli runner Marhu Teferi also won a silver at the competition, and Gashau Ayale a bronze. Israel's Olympic Committee wrote that in the 50th year of the murder of the 11 Munich martyrs in the Blood Olympics, referring to the Munich Games in 1972, where 11 Israeli athletes were murdered by Palestinian terrorists, we are excited to experience the exciting continuity of Israeli sports on the soil of Munich. Taking a look now at our programming for tonight on JBS for Monday, August the 15th. At 7 o'clock, it's The Wisdom of Dr. Ruth. At 7:30 on FIDF Live, learn how interesting roles such as Hebrew instructors, combat field observers, rescue dogs, and more are an integral part in the mission of ensuring security for the people of Israel. At 8 o'clock on Eye on Israel, Shahar Azani speaks with Yuval Wagner and Michal Rimon, founder and CEO of Access Israel, an organization that has revolutionized inclusion for people with disabilities. At 9, Mark Golub sits down with Gil Hoffman on L'chaim. At 10, celebrity chefs speak at the 92nd Street Y. And coming up next, as I mentioned, I speak with Gil Hoffman of Honest Reporting. Shahar Azani speaks with Lior Haiat of Israel's National Public Diplomacy Directorate on how the media at large handled the recent conflict between Israel and Palestinian Islamic Jihad. And that's the JBS News Update for Monday, August the 15th, 2022. I'm Teisha Bader. Stay healthy, stay well.